Welcome to Akah Bants. Welcome to Akah Bants. Welcome to the show. Hey. Last week we weren't able to do a commentary video, because there was just nothing worthy in the news. But today, there was so much that I had to actually start scratching off stuff on the list. I was just like, okay, this one is still, somebody else already reported this. Let's just go with this one, because I have something to say about it. And it would be nice if you know about it. So basically, man, I'm sweating already because of that dance. Jesus Christ, guys, I'm unfit. I actually need to work out more, you know? I'm getting older. Anyways, do you guys like the way I did this, my hairstyle? I just had an epiphany. I was just like, you know what? Let me just look like Rambo. You understand? And just come out here. But yeah, if this is your first time, welcome to the show. Welcome to Akah Bants. Please make sure you give us a subscribe. We are counting on it. We're counting on reaching 100,000 subscribers this year. Are we able to do it? Are we able? God can do anything in 1 week, in 1 day, in 1 second. So anyways, it's been an amazing year for Akah Banters, for the gang. So guys, if this is your first time, please make sure you check out my other videos. I do commentary, which this is part of. I also create reaction videos. I create a series of content called Tweetcasting, where we talk about what's trending on Twitter. And we also talk about, like, you know, just stories that have happened in my life, storytelling. I tell stories about, like, you know, a couple of things. I'm sure you'll find something that you like. I'm sure you'll find something interesting. So please make sure you go through my old videos and share my videos. Share, because we depended on him. Alright guys, I also have another channel called Akah and Claire. It's where I share content with myself and my wife. We're hoping that by God's grace we'll become more consistent. But yeah, welcome to the show. Like I said, today we're going to be talking about a couple of things that have happened in the country. First on the news is the NERC tariff increase. So Nigerian discos have been battling for a long time that they wanted to increase electricity tariffs in Nigeria. And NERC, which is the National Electricity Regulatory Commission, had already been telling them, holding off, pushing it back, saying no, don't do it, don't increase the tariffs, it's not the right time, you people don't give people meters. I mean, for my residents alone, it took us a year and 3 months to get our meter that we paid for. We paid for the meter before we moved into the house. Before the house was completed, we paid for the meter. Now, to get the meter, it took us a year and 3 months plus. And like, it was hard. And then you know what? They were slamming us with all kinds of bills. From 15K, it rose up to 16, then 17, then 21, then 22, then next thing, 35. In this house, two-room apartments. 2-room apartments. What are we using? That we were spending 35K on electricity, and this was, you know, bills. These were bills that were given to us on the postpaid meter. That's estimated billing. So what was happening was that electricity officials, NEPA officials, came and just looked around. This house is fine. They will be using plenty electricity. That's how they billed us. Just because our house was fine. Our house looks fine. Meanwhile, our neighbors, their own bill is 5,000 a month. Do you understand what I'm saying? Meanwhile, I know those people are using more power, because we were conservative. Most of our ACs here are literally like power saving ACs, the latest LG ACs. So I'm just like, why are you discriminating? Because you look at us and you think that we have money? So, but apart from that, the discos had been saying, especially during the lockdown, I remember during the lockdown, the discos had said that they wanted to increase the tariffs, and the Senate actually said, no, you're not gonna increase it. How insensitive of you to want to increase it at this time when people are in lockdown, people are not earning money, and you want to increase tariff? But you see, recently NERC had already given the go ahead for them to do so, and also the president had also okayed it for the tariffs to be increased. But guys, the tariff increase is outrageous. It's 2.5 times more. So let's say 250% more. So if you were spending 10,000 naira for your electricity before, For the same amount of units, you're going to be spending 35,000 naira. Yeah. If you're spending 30,000 naira, you're now going to be spending 110,000 naira. Because it's now 2.5 times more than what you were spending before, which is 250% more. It's crazy. So the NERC, of course, a lot of Nigerians came out shouting and fighting and saying that is wickedness. We're not going to allow it. It's unfair. Tariff increase. Also, the government has also removed the subsidy on fuel. So the price of fuel has also increased. So you're increasing the tariffs for electricity. There is still not enough electricity in the country. Still not enough electricity supply. Fuel has increased. We don't have meters that are telling us accurately what we are actually spending our money on. If this is nothing more than the government is out to stifle the people and make the people suffer. Meanwhile, VAT is also increasing. Then VAT has increased. What am I saying? Then what are we in this country for? Is the country out to make the people suffer? I don't know. Like these are questions that we need to ask, because some people are out there fighting and shouting that this country is the best thing that's happened to this country. Sorry, that this government is the best thing that has happened to this country. It's crazy. So the NERC came out to say that the tariff increase will only affect people who are getting 12 hours supply and above, or 21 hours supply, and that the increase will not affect people who are getting less than 12 hours supply. But it's untrue, because NERC has not had the authority to properly regulate the electricity industry, the power industry, for so long. They're not going to listen to you. You were the one, the NERC was the one that said that they must give meters to all Nigerians and all residences before they want to increase their tariffs. But they didn't listen to you. They still did whatever they wanted to do. You were the one that said that, if you were unmetered, NERC gave an instruction last year that if any residence was unmetered, that they shouldn't have to pay for more than 1,800 as electricity bill. But dear, we were paying it in the thousands. We were paying electricity bill in the thousands, despite the fact that it was illegal. So who is NERC? What are they doing? What have they helped? Do you understand? So how are they going to enforce this rule that, if you are getting less than 12 hours, you're not going to be affected by the increase of tariff? No! These discos that are out here to slave the people and get their money, they are going to increase it. They're going to collect it from everybody. They don't have any time to be listening to NERC. This is the kind of country we are in now. Lawless. God, I'm sweating. So because of sound, you don't want to put on the AC, you don't want to open the windows. Jesus Christ, things that we suffer and go through because of you guys. Anyways, on a lighter note, next on the news, Davido has released a new single called Femme. Femme. We can't play it because copyright. Also, Wizkid has released a new single titled No Stress. And to be honest, like, this is the kind of vibes, the kind of energy I deserve this rest of the year. After going through pandemic, after the lockdown, I just need no stress. I just want to enjoy my life with my wife and Jesus. Do you understand what I'm saying? No stress. That's the kind of vibe we desire. Anyways, most of you know that the Edo elections are coming up. It's already been a heated environment in Edo. The two governorship electoral, the two aspirants are slugging it out. One is a pastor at RCCG. To be honest, I'm tired of these pastors. I'm tired. In fact, when I hear RCCG, I go left. And no shade on the church, on the ministry, all well and good, great ministry, but if a ministry cannot produce great disciples that are like Jesus, that will come to say we are different, then what is the use of having them in government if they're going to be behaving like the same useless politicians out there, allegedly? I mean, this is a pastor that was caught on camera hailing the thugs and telling them that they had to bring him victory and that they should do what they had to do to make sure that he got victory.
Our candidates that will emerge in 2020 general election, Pastor Ize-Iyamu,
your influence goes beyond one polling unit. You will do your unit, you will move to other units. In fact, you will even move to other wards. And some of you are so dangerous, you will move to other local governments. I tell you, this election will be Operation Show Your Result. Operation Show Your Result. And that operation, we can tell you the truth. Now many of them go favor. Because what you now fit do, many big men not fit do.
Why do I put Obaseki stickers on my vehicle? I mean, is it a problem? Is it a crime to Edo State for putting stickers? He said, what am I talking to? Before I know they started damaging my car. One of them dropped a pistol. He said, if I come on, you will just shot me and they will run away. I said, for what? Kill. When? Not today.
Can you imagine? Just before the man asked God, the Obaseki sticker in his vehicle. This is how they want to win election.
Look at the damage they did with my vehicle. Just look at the damage. I'm just driving on my own. I was driving on my own. When they identified me as a PDP woman because of the clothes I was wearing, they said this one are PDP, this one are PDP. Before you know it, they just use a big stone to slash the whiskey of.
This is the kind of guy who is a pastor and wants to ride on that to win an election. Somebody who even your APC colleagues, Oshiomhole, said that's Oshiomhole of all people has accused this man of being a pathological liar.
Report. Yesterday I watched him saying he is a pastor. No pastor with subscription will lie effortlessly the way Mr. Ize-Iyamu lies. And no pastor will equip a young man to go and fight.
This was a man who worked closely with you before.
Yeah.
Your former DG of campaign.
Yeah.
And you realize now that he lies?
Oh, I know he lies.
Even when he was working with you?
Yes.
He does lie when he was...
Excuse me, I cannot make a statement. I can't write a statement of character on someone I've never met. So if I haven't worked with him, I will be able to arrive at the conclusion. And you know that if you were following the result, they were posting fake results in the in the internet. So lie is synonymous with PDP. And that is why I never gave pastor a job in government.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
You do not believe that he has integrity.
Yes.
This pastor, which his name is Pastor Ize-Iyamu and Obaseki, are going to be slugging it out today, basically, or this weekend. They're going to be slugging it out for these elections. Well, it's been heated. I mean, Tinubu even just released a video recently, a couple of days ago, telling Nigerians that they, especially Edo Nigerians, Edo citizens, to vote for APC, vote for Ize-Iyamu, and that he fought for Nigerian democracy, and that these kind of people in power, Obaseki, are the enemies of Nigeria to democracy. Sir Tinubu, sir, our able fighter, democracy champion, please, we don't want it again. We don't want your democracy again. We don't like your democracy that allegedly carried bullion van into their house in Lagos. We don't want them to go and be packing it in Edo. We are already suffering too much in Lagos, sir. Daddy, we cannot want to now you go and carry the same thing and give. Why is APC so hell-bent on this Edo? Why? Why? To be honest, I don't want to say more than, I don't want to say too much, but I think I know why. But I don't want to overtalk before, you know, some people will vex. But seriously, like, at this point, I'm like, please just still choose Obaseki, because we just want to make a clear statement that we don't want APC again, and we don't want Bubu and his people. Well, the president said in a statement that he's committed to a free and fair elections in Edo State, with everything that has been happening, with all the upheaval, higi-haga, all the trouble that has been happening in Edo State. He says he's committed to a free and fair elections. However, it depends on the people who are at ground zero. the people in the states to now decide if they are committed. This is what your commander-in-chief has to say about ensuring free and fair elections in his country. He said, no progress will be made in the country's electoral process if politicians resort to do or die methods. I am passionately committed to free and fair elections, but my own commitment is not enough if other actors at ground zero refuse to abide by the rules. This is what the commander-in-chief says. Commander-in-chief of the armed forces says he is committed, but that it depends on others if they are committed. Hey! Harassment to harassment. If a commander-in-chief actually wills for a free and fair election in his country as the president of the nation, then it will happen. But Apaz, your president is still here, allegedly playing games. Games with you people's lives and destinies. Games. Which committed to what free and fair elections? Were there free and fair elections when you wanted to enter president? When you wanted to enter office? Were they free and fair? See, this is the same Edo. Now, over the couple of days, like there are 6 APC governors that have entered Edo State. And guess what? The hotel that PDP stakeholders were staying got sieged. Literally embarrassed the PDP politicians. It has never happened in the history of the country before. They sent military people, police, to siege that hotel so that they will stop the movement and monitor or emotionally harass the PDP stalwarts that are there. And Wike, of course, was there, has been there. And so there's been news all around that, Wike has been harassed by the Nigerian armed forces. Why should the armed forces and the police be involved in things like this? It means that it's coming from up. Meanwhile, UK Embassy High Commission has released reports that they are going to ban anybody that is involved in violence in Edo State and also on those state elections, putting Governor Akeredolu on a watch list. But that they have banned already they have banned already a couple of people. Hope you know that US has released a list saying that they have banned Kogi Governor Bello. So the US released a list of people who they have banned in the US, and this means that they're also going to seize their property and their assets in the US and maybe send most of their family that is there back to Nigeria. So the people included are ex-national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Adams Oshimole, Governor of Kogi State, Yaya Bello, Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano State, and also a couple of people. Now, Governor El Rufai also had been banned in 2010 from entering the US, and they have extended his ban. Amen. I love to hear things like this. Now, some people have decided to start a petition to send to the EU, the UK, to place a ban on El Rufai from entering the Europe. From entering the what? The Europe. The goal is to reach 25,000 petition, but it has reached 22,000 now, just remaining 3,000 more. And 25 people or more would have said El Rufai should not be able to enter the United Europe. The United what? Well, they are not united again. Brexit has happened. But yeah, it's such a shame, isn't it? That 25,000 people who are committed, already 22,000 plus, are committed to saying that this man it means that this man has committed atrocities so much that people are willing to do that. It's a shame on him and his entire family. If you know the kind of killings that are happening in southern Kaduna, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to the whole nation, to Africa, the AU, to ECOWAS. Everybody keeping quiet about what is happening in the Middle Belt and in the southern and in southern Kaduna. Say is that US and UK should stop disrespecting Nigeria. That's what they have to say. Well, in other news, the Nigerian government has also released a statement saying that all Nigerians who own bank accounts should go and fill the self-certification form. How stupid. How allegedly what? Stupid. That the Nigerians should go and file up on queue in this pandemic time to go and fill form, self-certification form, so that you can collect more tax from us. Well, after the outcry of the people, of course, the government came out to now clarify and say, please, we are sorry for releasing that kind of statement. Who are the people that released it in the first place? Who are the people that are in charge of these social media handles? Doesn't this thing have to go through a rigorous like bureaucratic process? Like go through a couple of people to verify information before it comes out? That's the kind of country we are in. If you cannot verify information that is coming out, how will you verify information on, how will you even verify money that is going out if you cannot verify information? So they said, no, it's not everybody that is meant to do it. That is meant to be Nigerians who own businesses abroad, or citizens, people who have dual citizenship, or foreigners who have businesses in Nigeria. Those are the people to fill these forms, and that they are available at the banks and hopefully online. I mean, everybody is shouting that it has to be online because there is still a pandemic. And who has time to be going to the bank? So people abroad now should come back to Nigeria to come and fill form, because the government has said that if they don't fill these forms, then their accounts are going to be frozen and seized. They will not be able to operate their accounts. You see why this country, in fact, the world is now moving a certain way. You are the one that own your money. You gave it to people to help you hold it. They are now telling you how they want to operate it for you. My dears, see, at the end of the day, Christians, just come together and start opening your bank, because this is how in 150 years from now, maybe not 50, maybe even 20 years from now, they will start saying that you have to get mark, you have to get this one, you have to get chip implanted if you want to operate something, and you will not have any choice. Before you buy or do, before you buy or sell, before you do this, you have to have a certain thing. Better go and let's start opening our own microfinance banks, start opening our own supermarkets. Let us start operating our own farms. I'm telling you, the way this world they go now, the end is here. The end of the ages are closing. Just recently in Los Angeles, the sky was red. It was red. That's an end time sign if you don't know. Of course, they will have a way to explain it to you. Fire. There was fire outbursts. So many trees, Bants, deforestation, all the deforestation that happened everywhere else in the world, more than this one. Was there red sky? Anyways, the man who sponsored the law firm, do you guys remember that time that I told you about that musician, the Hausa musician who they want to kill because he said that a particular prophet in the north is greater than Muhammad? Well, they want to kill him, and there is a man who has come out now to say that he was one who sponsored the law firm. Well, guys, sometimes I just tire, because every day be like say one bad news to one bad news. I've not seen one good news recorded. One that I will use to be happy and report to you people about Nigeria. One good news in a day. We no get, but by God's grace we'll start seeing good news in Jesus' name. I don't want to report so many stories and everything bad, because it will down the energy in my channel. I don't even know again. I don't know. Anyways, guys, it's been a pleasure being with you guys and sharing the news with you. Please make sure you check my other content. I just released an amazing video. Everybody likes it. It's funny as hell. Timini. My Timini video is out there. Please check it out. My video with my best friend who just met my wife. Check it out. A couple of other things. My reaction video with Lukao, Pastor Prophet Lukao. Do more. I'm gonna do more. But I really need to know. I'm gonna be doing a poll soon on my community tab. I want to ask you guys, between tweet casting and reaction or commentary, which one do you like best, or which is the news? Basically, guys, please make sure you subscribe. Peace out. Bye. I gotta go.